Hey guys, welcome to another hashtag adoption thoughts segment where I just speak from, my own experiences as an adoptee growing up before I was even a lawyer and as an adoption attorney now. So, topic for today is when do you tell your kid that they're adopted? Okay, so this is interesting for me because I I don't really look like my parents, not the same, I guess, racial background as them. And so it wasn't like my parents were gonna hide it from me necessarily. So I always knew I was adopted. They always told me from, the moment I can remember. I think they probably told me before I was even talking, right? Hey, we love you. You're adopted. You have a birth mother. She loved you. That's why she knew that she couldn't take care of you. And, that's why you're with us now and we're here and we're your parents. And I've always known that. But I have heard of instances, and I've known people personally, even outside of my attorney role, that have not told their child that they're adopted. Usually this happens in a relative setting, right? Where maybe a grandparent adopts a child of their child, right? Their grandchild, and because their own child is very, very young. And so they're raised actually as a sibling of their biological parent, right? That's kind of a touchy subject. And so, it's easy to look on the outside and say like, well, you should tell them. And I think honesty is best, openness is best, and telling them sooner rather than later is best. Especially because being an adopted child, you can struggle with those feelings of betrayal, right? Like, oh, something must have been wrong with me, and that's why I was adopted. So, you don't want to add to those feelings of betrayal by actually lying to the kid for a very long time. That being said, it's not always an easy, answer. You must tell them when they are 5, right? There's nothing that says that in just us as humans or even like, in our culture, right? It could be different depending on your own family dynamics, the culture that you grow up in, the culture that the child is from, just all the different things. So I think I personally, I think to be honest and open as soon as possible, even if it's uncomfortable, is always best. Because the longer you wait, and especially if there's a lie that's perpetrated, the more likelihood that the child is going to grow up and really not, you could destroy that relationship, right? Based on the feelings of betrayal that the child may feel as they get older, or that the basis of the relationship is to them a quote unquote lie. Now, you're still their parent. I don't think that negates any of that, but it's how the child would perceive it. And so I think seeking professional help and counselors and, people to talk to, have a good support group if and when that does happen. But yeah, my policy is always open and honest and as soon as it makes sense, right? And even if it didn't make sense to hide it from them that long, at least tell them, hey, you know what? I should have told you earlier, and I really recognize that, but I was very afraid and I shouldn't have done it in fear, but here we are now, right? Just face that uncomfortable moment and go from there. But anyway, that's why these are adoption thoughts, because this is just my opinion. So anyway, that's hashtag adoption thoughts. I hope you'll have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.